Government revealing new plans to grow and develop the economy of Freeport under the Hawkesville Creek Agreement. Good evening, everyone. I'm Charisma Robinson.
I'm Keishla Adderley. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Topping the news, Prime Minister Perry Christie says in order for the original vision and purpose of the Hawkesville Creek Agreement to work, there must be large sums of new capital, top-level management and promotion expertise. They're all necessary to drive existing business and introduce new ones.
Clint Watson was in Parliament today as the Prime Minister revealed details of the important agreement.
The most in-depth, comprehensive review in 60 years of the Grand Bahama Port Authority's Hawkesville Creek Agreement. The outcome of the government's negotiations has produced a memorandum of understanding with the Grand Bahama Port Authority Limited and key entities controlled by the Port Authority, Hutchinson Ports, CK Property Holdings Limited, the Port Group, which includes the Port Authority, Freeport Harbor Company, Grand Bahama Development, and Freeport Industrial Commercial Limited. The government also entering an agreement with Freeport Harbor for exclusivity in operating the cruise ports on Grand Bahama. Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie telling Parliament this and other similar agreements that will be made with other licensees aim to fundamentally shift the investment climate and economic prospects in Grand Bahama in a dynamic and positive way.
Specific opportunities that will emerge from this framework include immediate investments in strategically important industries. The commitment of the Grand Bahama Port Authority to seek an injection of new equity capital into its group of companies, historic changes in the governance, transparency, and regulatory framework that governs Freeport. Government ownership stakes in prime landholding companies, a commitment to social and infrastructure improvements, a new framework for performance-based development concessions that will replace the expiring tax concessions of the Hawkesville Creek Agreement.
The expiring tax exemptions need to be updated. A new framework will be designed to replace and modernize the tax structure. Mr. Christie says a new regime with a new framework is contemplated for the port area, which expired on May 5th.
The same tax concessions will be granted by the government for a period of 20 years, commencing on the 4th of May 2016, to existing licensees of the Grand Bahama Port Authority on an individual basis, subject to certain conditions and under a framework that would provide for the maintaining of performance through periodic reviews every 5 years.
The government also taking steps to address an important inhibitor to development in Grand Bahama.
The lack of any taxes or carrying costs of undeveloped land means that property holders can simply sit on undeveloped land without recourse. To address this situation and enhance the revenue base in Freeport, we intend to create a new framework where real property tax would be payable on undeveloped land held by non-Bahamians owning more than 5 acres.
The Prime Minister says these changes are designed to get beyond many of the issues that have held Freeport back and fulfill the promise of the city becoming an important engine for growth and prosperity. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.